John Medani and Ahmad Brooks, the Friday edition of the SNews, here on the Longhorn Station, AM 1300 The Zone, and right here at longhornstation.com. Now, we made our NFL picks. You can certainly read what those picks are. However, we're going to debate our swing games because there are 5 games that Ahmad and I disagree on. Washington and Atlanta. Explain yourself.
What do you mean explain myself?
Explain
Atlanta's
yourself.
defense is horrible. They're scoring points, and yes, I know Tony Gonzalez is there. The other thing that I like about this Washington-Atlanta matchup, Albert Hainsworth. If Atlanta's going to have a shot, they have to rush the football. I'm going to go with the $100 million man in the middle. Brian Rack will have a big game. Get to Mr. Ryan.
Atlanta's at home. They have more talent. They win the football game. Indianapolis and Houston. I have the Colts in this game. They're favored by almost double digits over Houston, and why not? Houston's primary offense has been thrown to those tight ends. Owen Daniels is gone for the year. James Casey is hurt, too. There's no outlet for Matt Schaub. He's going to have to find Andre Johnson, who's now double-teamed because there's no other receiver on the field. Steve Slayton fumbles the ball. This game's over at halftime. How can you take Houston?
No, this game began last season when the Houston Texans went 8-8 back-to-back years. If they're going to want to win in this division, they got to beat games. They got to win games like this. I understand this is the undefeated Indianapolis Colts, but who cares? This is why you went out and invested so much money in your defensive line. Those guys got to make big plays for them. Get after Peyton Manning. And Andre Johnson and Matt Schaub have proven to be one of the more potent passing attacks in the league. Without Owen Daniels, they're still going to be fine. Trust me. I think the Houston Texans pull this one off and give them that first mark in the L column.
Houston can't be 6-3. It's not possible. All right, 3 of the games we disagree on, including Tennessee at San Francisco. Now, Chris Johnson says he thinks his Titans can run the table. San Francisco is a fundamentally sound team. They run the football with Frank Gore. They play good defense. They don't let you run away and hide. But Vince Young is a variable, and Chris Johnson is a variable. They got a little bit of confidence. I like what they did last week. I'm going to ride the hot hand. I'm taking them on the road. I got Tennessee.
Hot hand? It's only been one win. The hot hand in this game, obviously, is the San Francisco 49ers. Frank Gore gets it done on the ground against that inferior Tennessee Titan defense.
I'm going to tell Vince you said that. San Diego against the New York Giants. The Giants have lost 3 in a row. San Diego feels so good about its passing offense. They told Chris Chambers to get out. They just simply cut him. He's Kansas City's problem now. You got the Chargers.
A lot of that has to do with Vincent Jackson, who doesn't have any drops on the year. Phillip Rivers will find a way to get it to him. And when you look at it here, I'll just be frank with you. This New York Giants secondary is depleted. They don't have a chance of trying to defend this guy.
I think the difference here is because I agree with everything you said. And, yes, Giants fans should be worried because Phillip Rivers can throw the football. Mm-hmm. But I just think the Giants up front, they're going to have to do what they did last. Justin Tuck's got to get loose. Umanura's got to get used. They got some guys up front. They're just not putting pressure. I think Phillip Rivers, who's not mobile, gets sacked a bunch this time. I got the Giants, and Derek Jeter delivers the pregame speech, fires them up. All right, last but not least, the 5th game we disagree on, the Sunday night game. The whole world's going to be watching the Cowboys and the Eagles, and with good reason. It ought to be great. 5-2 against 5-2. The winner goes to 6-2 in control of the NFC East. Who you got?
I got the Dallas Cowboys, man, the team that is at the top of this division that you picked wouldn't go to the playoffs, John. They're playing well. This defense is finally starting to find out ways to pressure the quarterback. They're going to have to because they're going to need to help Mike Jenkins and Mr. Terrence Newman in coverage because the talent for Philadelphia is great. But I think the Dallas Cowboys are on a mission. They want to make the playoffs, and they want to make a statement, and they want to get their first playoff win, and this is how you do it.
Yeah, well, I must say I am impressed. The Cowboys have won 3 games in a row. Let's see, they beat Seattle. Seattle's won 2 games. They beat Kansas City in overtime.
Those are football teams in the NFL.
Barely. Barely. I respect the Cowboys' ability to play man-to-man in the secondary. Bad mistake against these Eagles because Macklin gets loose, Jackson gets loose, LaShawn McCoy's got speed, and the Eagles' defense ain't exactly chopped liver. Yes, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm trying to win games.
Traitor.
I got the Eagles. Join us Monday morning, Rod B. We get Kool-Aid in the house on Monday to recap all of the games in college and pro football. We hope to see you there, 6 o'clock on AM 1300 The Zone.